Let's set the stage. It's 1976, and Thin Lizzy, led by the charismatic bassist and vocalist Phil Lynott, is hungry for a breakthrough. Formed in Dublin in 1969, they've built up a loyal following in the UK and Ireland with their bluesy hard rock, but global stardom has eluded them. Lineup changes plagued their early years until guitarists Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson joined, bringing stability and a killer twin guitar sound. Recorded at Rampart Studios in London and mixed at Trident Studios with producer John Alcock, Jailbreak was a tight, focused effort cut in just a few weeks. The album's title and cover, Line-Out Behind Bars, illustrated by comic artist Jim Fitzpatrick, nodded to their underdog status and a burning desire to break free. Jailbreak hit number 1 in the UK and number 18 in the US, propelled by the iconic single The Boys Are Back in Town. It sold steadily, cementing Thin Lizzy's place in rock history. Welcome to Album Archives, where we dive into the top 300 fan-voted best albums of all time from the Music Rewind podcast. I'm your host, Steve Epley, and today, at number 298, we're cracking open Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak, released March 26, 1976. This fifth studio album turned the Irish rockers into global superstars, with its twin guitar attack and gritty anthems. Over 40 years later, it still packs a punch. So grab your headphones and let's bust out of the cell.
Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in this town.
The sound of Jailbreak is pure rock and roll adrenaline. It kicks off with the title track, a high-octane anthem with Lynott's commanding vocals and the dual guitar harmony of Robertson and Gorham, a signature move that became a blueprint for heavy metal. We have to mention The Boys Are Back in Town, a barroom classic with a rolling bass line and an infectious chorus celebrating camaraderie and rebellion. It's been a radio staple for decades. Cowboy Song, a personal favorite, blends country swagger with a rock grit, showcasing Lynott's knack for storytelling. Emerald delivers a Celtic-tinged rocker with blistering solos rooted in Irish mythology to close out the album. The production by John Alcock is crisp, highlighting the band's tight interplay. Drummer Brian Downey's steady beat anchors it all. At only 36 minutes, Jailbreak is lean but loaded with hooks.
Roll me over and turn me around. Let me keep spinning till I hit the ground. Roll me over and let me go. Running free with the buffalo. Here I go.
Let's pull back the curtain a bit on Jailbreak's creation. By 1976, Thin Lizzy was under pressure. Their previous albums, like Fighting and Nightlife, showed promise but didn't crack the charts. The band was broke, and tension simmered. Lynott's leadership clashed with Robertson's fiery personality. Yet, that friction fueled their chemistry. Scott Gorham later recalled long nights at Rampart Studios fueled by coffee and whiskey, perfecting those dual guitar harmonies. Producer John Alcock pushed them to keep it raw but polished, balancing their live energy with radio-ready clarity. One fascinating tidbit, the iconic single The Boys Are Back in Town almost didn't make the album. The band thought it was too poppy, but their management insisted it had hit potential. One of the few times in history the management was right. Thank goodness they listened. It became their defining song, peaking at number 12 in the US and number 8 in the UK.
The boys are back in town again.
Thematically, Jailbreak is all about freedom and identity. Lynott, a black Irishman from Dublin, wove tales of outlaws, love, and survival, reflecting his own journey as an outsider in rock. Tracks like Angel from the Top and Running Back show his softer side, blending soulful melodies with a hard rock edge. Recorded amid the punk uprising and hard rock's peak, Jailbreak bridged eras, appealing to fans of both Led Zeppelin and early Sex Pistols alike. On that music scene, what was it like in 1976? Rock was at a crossroads. Disco ruled the airwaves with hits like Donna Summer's Love to Love You Baby, while punk was brewing in dive bars. Bands like Thin Lizzy kept that guitar-driven spirit alive, alongside their peers like Aerosmith and AC/DC. Jailbreak's success paved the way for Thin Lizzy's legendary 1977 live album Live and Dangerous, and its twin guitar style inspired Metallica and Iron Maiden and many others. Today, classic rock stations and even sports arenas still blast The Boys Are Back in Town and Jailbreak as timeless anthems.
Down from the glen came the marching men with their shields and their swords to fight the fight they believed to be right, overthrow the overlords.
Why does Jailbreak endure? The songwriting is razor sharp, the performance is electric, and the dual guitar sound groundbreaking. It's a snapshot of 1970s rock at its peak, blending melody and muscle. Jim Fitzpatrick's comic-inspired cover art, with its bold lines and its sci-fi edge, captures the era's love of album art as a storytelling tool also. Lynott's bass lines and soulful vocals, Gorman Robertson's dueling guitars, and Downey's rock-solid drums form a backbone that's pure magic. Despite internal tensions, Robertson's drinking, and Lynott's growing drug use, the band's chemistry shines through. The band had a huge impact on Metallica, whose James Hetfield and the late Cliff Burton cited Phil Lynott as a key impact on their playing and songwriting. The album's influence also stretches to modern bands like The Darkness, who echo that twin guitar swagger. If you haven't revisited Jailbreak, spin it tonight and let the riffs ignite your night. New to it? Then buckle up for a rock ride that never ages. That's it for this edition of Album Archives. If you enjoyed it, please share it with a friend or leave a review wherever you listen. Next up is number 297, Aerosmith's Permanent Vacation from 1987. For now, I'm Steve Epley, and as I always say, listen to the full album. Until next time.
A podcast from the Sidereal Media Group. Back to you, anchors.